Swartz is CEO of StoryTech. She specialises in using the latest in high tech, in marketing and product branding. She is with us live this hour from Los Angeles. Thank you for staying up and being with us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Good to see you.
Great to see you too. Now, this German gossip magazine made a very bold promise from the top of this interview. It translates to not half sentences from Friends, but the incredible interview with the F1 star, including redeeming answers to the most burning questions the world has been asking for so long. Only to disclose at the end that the answers are actually generated by AI. Who does this? What sort of personal organisation? Is the only motivating factor here clicks online or magazine sales?
Yeah, I think so. The whole concept right now around deep fakes, and basically that translates to mean video sound that is being forged to be, actually having been recorded, but it's actually using machine learning and artificial intelligence and algorithms to build it and make it real. And its job, deep fakes, is to fool people into thinking it's real. But the truth is that there's so many things about those kinds of videos and those kinds of projects. Most of us can tell they're not real. And there are also a number of technologies that are being created right now that can basically sniff out these deep fakes. So it was bound to be discovered really quickly that it wasn't real.
Okay, well, here's part of the non-interview, some of the quotes that he never said. My life has completely changed since the accident. That was a horrible time for my wife, my children, the whole family. I was so badly injured that I lay for months in a kind of artificial coma because otherwise my body couldn't have dealt with it all. Yeah, at the very least, there was this kind of tiny disclosure at the end. And you say these things can be found out fairly easily, but how would viewers or readers rather ever know that this was fake?
I mean, that's a great question. There's this thing called the uncanny valley, and it's this concept that when we look at something that isn't real, that's robotic, or the voice is slightly off, or there's something weird about it, we can sense it. And so when you see deep fakes, you can kind of get that feeling that it isn't real. But I think what we're going to move to is almost a verification process where something gets verified so that you know that it's real, almost like Twitter was doing for a while with that blue check mark, which has since come under its own controversy. But there are applications out there right now, like one called Zero GPT, that can actually sense that, the text-based AI, that something hasn't been written by a human being. And so every day, a new solution is coming out to detect whether these things are real or not. And every organization that you can imagine, science organizations, media and entertainment organizations, are all looking at this and trying to figure out how are they going to manage it and what are the ethics around it as well.
So what we're looking at, AI taking on AI to find out what's real and what's not real. And
yes.
Is there any kind of legal way you can sort of have guidelines out there or some kind of system in place to make sure that this is not used in a completely harmful kind of way?
Yeah, there are. So some states have already initiated some laws surrounding this, but it is mostly related to pornography and other things like that. It hasn't really moved over to other business categories, but I'm sure we're going to get there. We can even look to China, who's already made some laws about this. There's a lot of controversy around those laws, too, because anytime you suppress creativity or technology, you hear from the other side saying, well, you're holding us back. And a lot of people feel that AI coupled with humanity can be very powerful and solve a lot of problems and also create great art. So there's the yin and the yang of this. I think the thing about all of this is that we can't throw the baby out with the bathwater, but we also have to be mindful and careful and be paying attention.
Well, the baby's already out of the bottle in a way. It's a mixed metaphor. It's very hard to put the baby back in the tube of the toothpaste. But if we circle back to the Schumacher interview, it seems that this magazine kind of provoked this controversy. It was ready for it. They've had legal action before with the Schumacher family. Yes. They're getting ready now for legal action again. Did they want the attention? Is that sort of what's going on here?
I mean, to me, especially because they've already had some legal action, this to me is specifically about, bait. It's just bait. And they're stirring up trouble. Look how quickly it was discovered. So you're going to have moments like this where it's so obvious that it's a deep fake and that they're really just, causing trouble. And then there are going to be other moments where things are going to be questioned. And again, this is where that ethics conversation comes into mind, and legal issues, and also artists and media companies and technology companies putting in some guardrails to help consumers who may not be as savvy. I think we're also in the same place with social media, where you're going to see something, and if it fits into your beliefs, you're going to buy it. And if
Yeah.
it doesn't, you're going to question it. So all of this is really a jumble right now. But there are a lot of smart people and a lot of organizations looking at all of this.
Yeah, there's also the AI-generated non-Drake song, which has been out for a few days.
Yes.
If you haven't seen it or you want a reminder, here's a clip. This is getting curiouser and curiouser because there's a statement from the Universal Music Group to the online magazine The Verge, which kind of is weird. Here's part of it. UMG's success has been in part due to embracing new technology, putting it to work for our artists. However, the training of generative AI using our artists' music begs the question as to which side of history all stakeholders in the music ecosystem want to be on. The side of artists, fans and human creative expression, all on the side of deep fakes, fraud, and denying artists their due compensation. What's the current theory about what exactly is the deal here with this song? Is it Drake imitating Drake, or what do we know about this right now?
Well, it's a unknown artist who basically used generative AI to, take their voice, clips of their voice, and create new music and put it out there. It was a viral sensation until it was discovered what it was, and it was then quickly taken down. And this is what's interesting about this is the music industry is sort of poised to be, best set up to handle moments like this because they're already looking at copyright issues. They can detect things because music is already, a digital asset that has already been marked to be checked for copyright issues. It's the same thing with video on YouTube. Things get taken down pretty quickly. So if any industry can pay attention to this, the music industry can. I think, again, it's going to be one of those things where we're going to be having to look at the music industry, the artist, and fans to all sort of model around each other. But we're also going to have to be open, I think, to new modalities about what music and art is as you start to look at combining these things. Some musicians may be put out of work who create little ditties or things like that now can easily be created by an AI engine. So, this is tricky times for all of this. But I think what we have to remember is, again, artists want to create and be artists. Fans love artists, and I think they'll be self-regulating each other.
Very quickly, this wasn't a publicity stunt, this whole Drake song?
No, I don't think so. I think there's a lot of, if you follow any of this stuff on Twitter, there's a lot of people posting examples of this kind of thing. I think a lot of younger folks want to play with these tools, and they want to use what they might consider a new channel for art and for their work. A lot of people, diehards, believe that AI shouldn't be suppressed and it should be allowed to grow, and coupled again with human ingenuity, it will create great things. So I'm sure they're trying to push the button a little bit and push around the music industry. But I think there's also a lot of artists out there who are playing with this and mean to create great work.
Hey, Laurie, it's been great to speak with you. Thank you so much. Your insights and your expertise is invaluable. Thank you. Take care.